Hello everybody and welcome to a new video. For today's video I thought we could do a little bookish reset because it is the start of a new year. I'm going to set up my book journal for the next year, and I also want to reorganize my bookshelf, of course, because the thing is, like, this is my bookshelves, right? They're like right behind my door. They're like all over the place, and I just need to like do a little book reorganization situation. So I think I'm going to start with that, because then I can also look for some books that I like want to put higher on my TBR and stuff like that. But at the moment it's just all over the place and I don't like it. So I think I'm going to do that now. And then we can do the book journal, and I don't actually know if I'm going to do anything else. Maybe I can give you a little book haul of all of the books that I got like Christmas related, because I got some books for Christmas, but I also got some books like before that because we celebrate St. Nicholas as well, and I got some books for that. And my sister and I also ordered some books because we like sold books, and then we got a like gift voucher for the shop that we sold our books to, and then we decided to order some books. So now I have a bunch of new books, and I think that could also be fun. I would say that's my dog. My dog wanted to say hi. But I would say let's start off with the bookshelves and then we can see what else we will do. I also want to like redecorate them a bit because, as I mentioned, it's just kind of all over the place at the moment and I don't like it anymore. So let's start off with that and then we can see what we're going to do next.
Sit tight, I'll be with you soon. In the headlights, half moon. No, I'm not quite where I wanted to be. One foot on the brake.
Okay, as you can see, I just removed all of the books. Down here, I don't know if you can see, but I put my TBR because I sorted it to like genre. Over here, I have all of the books that I read, which is insane. I actually did this last year with my sister, and I have a really cool picture of all of the books spread out, and I want to take another because there are way more books that I actually read this year, which is so cool. Obviously, I read 59 books, so that is quite a number of books. I didn't read all of them physically, but a lot. So here's a little overview of what that looks like.
Take a second to breathe.
I am not sure how I'm going to sort these into my bookshelf again, but let me give you like a little plan, okay? So this shelf that is like the one that you can see even if my door is open, I'm going to do a similar thing that I did until now. And that is like my favorite shelf, so all of my favorite books, my favorite authors, they go in here, and yeah, that's pretty much the vibe I'm going for. Then in that next shelf, I am going to put books I read. I want to try and sort them in genres, so that, you know, like all of the like maybe sapphic romances and gay romances and I don't know, mystery, thriller, fantasy, that all of that is like in their respective categories, because that just is like makes more sense in my head. I also have, okay, you can like barely see, but I have these floating bookshelves. I had books on there before, but I'm not sure if I want to put the same books back. I think I had the A Good Girl's Guide to Murder series on here because I have those in hardback and it like worked out really well. And then I had the Caroll series, but I don't think I want to put the Caroll series back on here, simply because I also read another series by that author this like last year. And I want to have like all of the books together because it makes more sense in my brain. A normal book doesn't look too good on here. Like if I put this book on here, I mean it works, but I'm not 100% sure what I want to put on there yet. Maybe another series or something like that, or like books of one author that I have, something along those lines. Then I also have this, and I think I want to put the Heartstopper series on this one again. I have this space for that always, and there's also my special edition, so I think that just makes sense. And also say hello to Louis Tomlinson. That is so random, but I don't care. And then I also have this little shelf down here beneath my record player. I don't know what I'm going to put there yet, but maybe something colorful because that looks really cute. I had all of my sapphic romances down here. I don't know if I'm going to put them back because I have a lot more and they didn't fit anymore, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that.
So don't think twice. I'm already past the fall, just trying to break my walls. What I do with the most pain in the slow lane, if you're okay with that. I struggle to leave the cold. I'm learning to drive with your hands to hold. So as long as you're okay with the slow lane, then I'm okay with that.
I'm pretty much done, I think, and I am going to give you a tour of how the bookshelves look now. So this is kind of the look now, and I'm just going to start off with this one. So at the top here I just have my favorite like fantasy books. We have the Throne of Glass series and all of the books by Stephanie Garber. Then beneath that I put all of my favorite romance books / favorite romance authors. I have my literary fiction. These are also all some of my favorite books, so I thought that was very fitting. And then down here I have my Rick Riordan shrine, basically. I have the Percy Jackson series and the Heroes of Olympus series, but I'm not finished with that one, so it's not complete. But yeah, I really like it with my special edition in the middle. It's how it was before, but I just switched up the shelves. It was one higher before. Then up here I want to put all of the books I read throughout the month. I did that last year as well. I really like that, so you can like see all of the books I read in that month. Then I have some of my favorite fantasy and also dystopian books, which I think looks really cute with my little Yelena Funko Pop, and I think that little like crown is kind of fitting. I don't know why, but I just feel like it is. Then we have my favorite sapphic romances, also like my favorite authors, and just kind of that vibe. Then we have some non-fiction books, because why not? I read all of these, so they get their own shelf. Then we have some like mystery thriller kind of vibe. This is really random, but these are just some romances, some books that belong to series, like to TV shows, I mean, some classics, and yeah, it's really random, but it's just there. All of this is my TBR shelf. Up here I put the Shadow Me series because I just started reading that, and I think that is like my highest priorities, so I put it at the top. Then we have some more fantasy books. These, like most of these, are part of a series that I started reading. Then we have literary fiction and romance books. Below that we have classics and one mystery thriller book because I didn't know where else to put it, so it's just chilling there. And then we have some more non-fiction books that I haven't read. And then this one is still empty. I put my Kindle case and also a little case I crocheted for books in general. We have my floating bookshelves. They stayed pretty similar, but yeah, that's what they look like now. Over here I put all of my Alice Oseman books. I used to only have the Heartstopper series here, but I put her other books back over here as well because I just like them together and I feel like it looks really cute and just kind of matches the vibe. It's also just like really cute to look at the entire wall with those like colorful books. And then in this little cubby I have just some really random queer romances. They're like sapphic and gay, so yeah, just really random, but that's kind of the vibe. It's snowing! Oh my god. The weather has been so wonky lately. I don't even know what's going on because it has been snowing a lot, but then like in the afternoon all of the snow's gone again because it gets warmer. And I don't know, it's really strange, but it's currently snowing a little bit, which is cute. I think I'm pretty happy with how the bookshelves turned out. Now I could give you a little book haul of all of the books that I got, like basically throughout the entire month of December. I think that might be fun. And yeah, I will just get them from my shelves and then I will talk about them. Here are all of the books that I got throughout December, which is honestly quite a lot of books. I usually don't get that many books in a month, but as I mentioned, we had St. Nicholas where I got 3 books that were all like secondhand, so they were cheaper than they usually would be. And I got 2 books for Christmas, and then as I mentioned, my sister and I also bought some books, and one of them actually hasn't arrived yet, but yeah, this is my little haul that I first of all want to give you. So for St. Nicholas, I got the 2nd and 3rd book in the Shadow and Bone series. Sadly, I didn't realize that these were different editions, so this one is bigger and just different from this one and also from the 1st book. So the 1st and the 3rd book match, but the 2nd one doesn't, which is kind of annoying to me, but it's fine, I will live with it. I'm really intrigued to get back into the series. And then also for St. Nicholas, I got Make My Wish Come True, which is a Christmas romance. I have already read this, as you can tell by the cracked spine. And it was really fun and I really wanted to read it for the Christmas time. Then the books I got for Christmas, I got 2. First of all, we have Spectacular, which is a little novella that takes place after the Caroll series by Stephanie Garber. And this is also like Christmas themed, so you can tell a lot of Christmas stuff going on. It has beautiful illustrations in here. I mean, look at that, it's gorgeous. And yeah, I really wanted to read this. I think all of these were also secondhand. It's better like buying books secondhand in my opinion if you can find them, because they are cheaper and it's also like better for the environment obviously. So I got this one. It is Magnolia Parks by Jessa Hastings. I have heard so much about the series and I know that, like, for example, Sarah Caroll, a like pretty big booktuber, loves the series and I am really intrigued by it. So I wanted to get it and read it because it sounds so interesting and I don't know what I will think about this because I heard it's like a toxic romance, which doesn't sound too great. But I heard that the like vibe of it and the setting is like really cool and fancy and I'm very intrigued by it, so I decided to get it. And it's also a series, so if I enjoy it I can read more books and I think that's really fun. I also managed to get the like original cover because this has been like, there are new covers of this series. I think this cover just looks so cool in my opinion. I don't know why, but something about it is like really cool. And then one of the books that already arrived that I bought together with my sister because we sold books and then we got a gift voucher. It's a whole thing, I don't know. I got Iris Kelly Doesn't Date by Ashley Herring Blake and I actually already read this one because I read this series on Kindle. And then I loved the series so much that I just really wanted to get these books physically, and I also got these used because, once again, it's cheaper. And the last book that I have actually bought, but it hasn't arrived yet for some reason. Yeah, so the last book I got was Wild Dog Shore. I don't know a lot about the book, I just had heard that it's supposed to be really, really cool. So, or like really interesting, and it's also kind of a like mystery literary fiction kind of vibe, I think, if I remember correctly. So that will go on my TBR for this year. And yeah, that was my little book haul, the little bookshelf redo. And now I'm going to chill for a bit and then I think we will start off with the book journal. There's a seat next to me. We've got time to waste these nights, so don't think twice. Hello, it's like dark in my room, so don't mind the background being like weirdly dark. I quickly want to show you what I did in my book journal so far. So I made this little like overview spread, or not really overview, but like just 2026, you know, with some cute little stars and stuff like that. I think it's cute, it's simple but effective. Then over here I have my reading challenges for 2025. I can tell you about them real quick. So I want to read 2 classics because you might know that I have a little bit of an issue with classics. I don't really know why, but for some reason whenever I read classics I just don't enjoy them. And maybe I can find some that I actually enjoy, which would be fun. If not, I will just give up, I think. Then I want to finish 3 series. Those can either be series that I have already started and I just haven't finished yet, or series that I start this year and then also finish this year, hopefully. I want to read a total of 55 books, which is also the next page, my reading goal. I also want to do a 5-star book swap with my sister because she's also a reader and we love talking about books, so I think that could be fun. Of like, maybe I could do a video out of it of like my sister picks what I read or something like that. I think that could be fun. I also would love to do a 24-hour readathon. I don't know how realistic that is because I hate staying up late, so I might have to figure something out, but that would be really fun. I would love to do that. I guess we will see. Then I also want to read 20 books for my physical TBR, which is a pretty large number of books, but I have more on there, so I think I could do it. And lastly, I want to read 2 nonfiction books because as you saw when I redid my bookshelves earlier, I have a lot of nonfiction books and I don't really read nonfiction too much. So I think it would be fun to get into that. Then next up we have a spread for my physical TBR. These are all of the books that I haven't read that I own physically, which is I think a total of like 51 books. So that's a lot. But I mean, there are also a lot of series, like the entire Shatter Me series is like almost 10 books I think. And then over here I did a little bookish bingo, which I have never done before, but I thought it would be fun. So I have things like a pink or a blue cover, a dual POV, a 5-star, a friends to lovers, over 300 pages, a DNF, a summer book and stuff like that, just so I can like have something fun to check off along the year. And yeah, that was all I did. And then over here I just want to do a reading log, and I also want to do a book bracket where I like pick my favorite book from each month and then kind of decide what is the best book of the year. I think that could be really fun. And then over here I want to have like a monthly overview. I'm really excited to finish this, but I won't do it today. Maybe I will do it tomorrow, I don't know. I'm just kind of not really in the mood anymore and I did quite a lot today. So yeah, if you can tell, I picked the theme purple. I like having a theme throughout my book journal, if you can't tell. Like for each year, last year it was like green. Yeah, I will update you when I continue this, and I guess that's it for now.
I'm already past the fall, just trying to break my walls while I do with the most pain in the slow.
Hello, it's the next day and I just completed everything I want to get done for setting up my book journal, so I just wanted to show you real quick. I did my little reading log. I don't know if you can see, yeah. It's really basic, honestly, and as you can tell, I haven't like completed the like stripes across, but I'll just do that along the way because that would be really annoying to have to do that now, so I'm just not going to. And then I also did this spread. So on one side we have my favorite book of each month, and this is like obviously blank, but I just have these little like brackets where I can put the book cover in and then and wrote the month atop. And then on the other side, we have a monthly overview. This is pretty similar to the one I did last year for this journal, simply because I really liked the way it was. I just added an hours column so that I can like track how much time I spent listening to audiobooks, I guess. Because I wasn't really into audiobooks at the beginning of 2025, but now I really enjoy them. So I think that would also be fun to see how many hours I listen to and stuff like that. Those are all of the spreads I did for this journal. Like the setup of the journal, obviously. This journal is like more than just these spreads. I actually don't know what else to do in this video, so I would say that is going to be it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed this little bookish reset. And yeah, if you did, maybe like, comment, or subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And I will hopefully see you in the next one. Bye!